Welcome to Fresh Floppies. We're here to talk about comic books, and you're here to listen to it.
And watch if you're on YouTube. Wow.
CultPOP! What's up to our sidekicks and henchfolk out there in the mother-loving Geek Nation? Thank you for joining us on this very special, intimate episode of Fresh Floppies, a show wherein Jeremy and I, JohnnyDestructo, JD, of Johnny Destructo's Hero Complex, located at 4327 Main Street, Philadelphia, PA 19127. It's a rad-ass comic shop that caters to rad-ass folks just like you, so get in here and spend your rad-ass money to keep my rad-ass son eating dinners. Although he doesn't really eat, he only eats like three things. He eats nuggets and applesauce and blueberry bars.
I've never seen him with
fruits
with an appetite for much other than Cheez-Its.
Yeah. Yeah, and Cheez-Its. He loves Cheez-Its. All right, hey, let's get started. Let's get crack-a-lackin', my bro. We didn't even talk about this in advance, but we're going to start with... Oh, dang it. Okay. We're going to do DCKO number 5.
Yes,
5?
Number 5.
That sounds right.
The last issue of the... What do you call, like, the main...
Event.
Yeah, well, like, when there's events and there's, like, mainline issues and then off...
Main.
Just main, okay.
Yeah.
It's the last main issue of DCKO.
It's the last main. By Scott Snyder, Joshua Williamson, Javier Fernández, Xermánico, and Wes Craig. And then also a lot of colorers and letterers and editors and associate editors.
And a lot of superheroes.
And a lot of
pictures and words.
That's true. Stuff happens and junk and also whatnots. So, okay, a little bit of backstory on us and this series. It started, we didn't care. And then it got further into it, and we were like, hey, wait a minute, this is fun. And then this happened, and what did you think, Jeremy?
This is it was creative.
Yeah.
The path that this last issue took.
Yes.
I don't love it.
No.
If only because... Well, there's the reason that we agree on at the very end, but we're not going to reveal that.
Right.
But also, the issue as a whole feels very, like...
Anticlimactic for me?
Anticlimactic, yeah, actually. But then also the stereotypical comic books just being like, and then this happened because I said so.
Yeah.
Which, like, we all expect a degree of absurdity. That's how comic books work, and that's fine. I just don't love absurdity that comes as a complete surprise without, I feel like it being, hinted at previously, which I felt...
Is that a Deus Ex Machina?
I believe it is.
Is that what it is?
Which I feel like was a decent portion of what happened here.
Yeah. Stuff was going a certain way, and then, whoop, never mind, not anymore.
And then it was going a different way.
Yeah. This was fine. This was fresh.
Maybe
if I go back and revisit it and read it all in one big chunk, a trade paperback or something. But I felt similarly to this that I did to Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths, also by Joshua Williamson. And I was enjoying it at the time, and then it ended, and I was like, well, all right, okay.
Yeah, I can't help but... I don't know if you remember in the earlier issues of this event that you and I were reading, Noel gave us a little bit of criticism because he was like, how did you miss this, this, and that? Because you and I had some questions, and it was actually shown to us relatively clearly. And he was like, are you guys even reading it? So every time I'm like, I don't like this because it doesn't make sense. I'm like, would Noel be mad at me if he...
Wait a minute. Let me check into myself. Am I reading it?
Yeah. Like there were a few times that I went back a few pages and I was like, no, I just don't think this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of Scott Snyder. Because he had done Dark Knight's Metal and Dark Knight's Death Metal, which I think had a lot of nonsense, which can be either fun or detrimental. And I think sometimes Scott Snyder can go a little too big, and it sort of just becomes noise to me.
Yeah.
So this was
I think that's actually a great descriptor of, especially a couple of the pages here, where we went so big where I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
If you say so.
I just didn't feel emotionally attached to what was happening, and that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Some people out there may really love what's happening here, and I just was like, okay, this is fine. And then, it's leading into something not surprising. Okay.
Yeah.
Neat.
But that said, I mean, like, if you've been along for the ride, obviously you're still going to read this issue. Go for it. There's some good stuff in there.
I don't think you shouldn't read it.
No, and for anybody who may be jumping in at an odd time for DC, don't let an awkward last issue discourage you from catching up on this event, because it has been overall a fun time.
Yeah, and if you are curious about DC, maybe don't start with this.
That's actually a great point.
Start with all of the It Starts Here issues that are going to be coming out in the next month or two.
Which I believe a lot of the DC ones are being released March 25th,
nice.
that week,
Nice.
If my details are correct, where a lot of the ongoing issues are having like fresh arcs and
not reboots, I don't think. Just like jump on here. This is a great jumping on point kind of thing, which awesome.
Yeah,
you don't need to reboot your books, renumber them. New story starts here. Put that on the cover, and then you're good to go. So
there's also a handful of other actual number ones coming, like
true.
Lobo and Batgirl and
Batwoman,
and a couple others. So
actually, it would be nice if they had a little thing. I'm going to check right now.
They might have a list of some of them.
Nope. They don't. They do have a picture that says DC goes to the next level. That's what the next iteration of the DC universe is called. The next bunch of storylines are going to be called, which is Next Level. And I don't want to show you this image because it's right next to a spoiler that's part of the story. But this ad says DC goes to the next level. We've got Lobo, Zatanna, Batwoman, Deadman, Deathstroke to Terminator, Firestorm, and the Demon, Etrigan, the Demon. So yeah, new stuff coming.
All throughout March, so keep an eye out.
I'm excited for Lobo because I don't generally care about Lobo, but it looks like it could be pretty fun. I love what they've been doing with Zatanna's miniseries.
Zatanna's been so fun recently.
She's been killing it. And Batwoman, new series by Greg Rucka. So I'm very excited about that. Greg Rucka's awesome, and I haven't seen him in a minute, so I'm excited about that.
I haven't read any Deathstroke, so I'm looking forward to that.
Also, Firestorm. There is a nostalgia button in me that I just love his absurd costume. So I'm kind of curious to see what that's going to be like. Look at that stupid costume.
I also don't know anything about Firestorm. There are some characters that I haven't had any experience with here, so I'm excited.
They've pared down Firestorm's billowing sleeves. He would have like a vest with like the atom symbol on it, and then just billowing blouse sleeves from the 70s, which I always just kind of loved. Now they're just regular sleeves. But yeah.
Fair enough.
So Fresh, DCKO number 5, Fresh on our ranking system.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Let's move on.
Where do you want to go?
I'm going to go to Batman.
Let's go.
Which is decidedly fresh AF.
Batman number 7.
May. Yeah. The Joker is back, and it all starts here. Looks like they've already started.
Yeah. It's actually, it
DCKO.
seems like all the jumping on points do have that actual banner on top. It'll say like, blah, blah, blah. It all starts here. So just keep an eye out for that.
Featuring a stunning fold-out sequence. So this is Batman number 7. And it is by Matt Fraction and Jorge Jiménez. And this, as you know from the cover, is the return of the Joker. I don't remember where the Joker was before this issue.
I was going to ask you. Neither of us know. Sorry.
No idea when the last time we saw the Joker was.
I didn't regularly read Batman until Matt Fraction jumped on.
I would like to have been reading this every month because I think it's wonderful, but I'm just behind on my reading.
Well, I can tell you that every issue has been good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So, Fresh AF, what do you think?
Fresh AF, for sure. Batman
there is a new situation for the Joker in this series, and he's in Arkham Tower, and that's all I'm really going to say. And he requests a meeting with Batman. This entire issue... Wait, is there anything else besides that? This entire issue is just the conversation between Joker and Batman.
But it's a very good conversation.
I am a sucker for just a conversation between Joker and Batman going all the way back to The Killing Joke. Or like Dark Knight movie, right? Like the sequence in the what do they call those rooms? Interrogations, yeah. So yeah, I don't know how to talk about this without spoiling it.
There's really
not much to spoil, but I also don't want to spoil it.
No, I
that makes sense.
I think you recapped it well. It is the Joker is in an interesting situation. He calls upon Batman to talk, and as one would expect, Batman is suspicious of him the whole time.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot of back and forth of Batman being like, and Joker being like, oh,
bullshit. I'm heading out. Wait.
Yeah.
Come back.
But it's a very intriguing conversation. The presentation visually of this conversation is also awesome.
Yeah, really fun. Yeah.
Obviously, the art itself is just great, but
God
also
damn
just
it.
some of
And
the
the colors.
methodology here that they use is really cool.
I will say there is something in me that responds in a base level to Batman in a bright blue costume. I don't know why. I love Jorge Jiménez and the colorist. Is this Matt Hollingsworth? Who's coloring this? I have to look. Tomo Mori is on the colors.
And I think we talked about this for issue 1 of this run, how it was a much brighter Batman than we've been getting lately, which, I'm down for. I love the blue.
Also, I don't think there's much. There's not a spoiler here, but basically, Batman shows up and Harvey Bullock and Captain. Is he Captain now? Captain Gordon.
Oh.
He's like a patrolman.
Yeah, he's just a cop.
Cop. And say it, Bullock. It's him. He wants to talk. And then it's just skirt. Great splash page of him just like peeling rubber. Anyway, I mean, if you're not reading the Matt Fraction Batman at this point, I highly recommend you do it. I think the way that he handles Batman is really interesting. It is a more grounded, down-to-earth Batman, which is one that I appreciate, as opposed to the given enough time, he could defeat absolutely any person ever, including Darkseid. And this is just him dealing with villains in different ways than I'm used to seeing. And this is delightful. I think it's really, really fun. Highly recommend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Fresh app.
100%.
Awesome. Should we, what do you got? What do you got?
What do I got?
What do you got?
Let's do a little bit of X-Men. Let's go back to Marvel.
He does love his X-Men.
I do love my X-Men. Actually, I have such a love-hate relationship with X-Men, but that's fine. I feel like that's most X-Men fans. This is X-Men Adjectiveless number 26, Danger Room Part 1. I wanted to make sure I read and talked about this just to see if it was a jumping on point, and I would say it is. This has been my favorite X book of this like iteration of X-Men, this post-Krakoan X-Men. Jed MacKay and
Diaz?
Somebody Diaz. Who Diaz? Netho Diaz. Netho?
Netho Diaz.
And I was just saying before we started recording that I've been loving the art on this. Very, I don't know how to describe it, but just I like the excess use of lines and musculature and things almost looking like one step away from a sketch, kind of.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. This focuses on the Alaskan X-Men, who are being led by Cyclops currently, and Beast, and a handful of other folks.
Magic's there, Juggernaut.
Yep.
Who's that dude?
This is
He
John.
looks absurd.
This is John Greycrow.
Who's John Greycrow?
Greycrow. Greycrow. Yeah, he's oh god, I forget his origins,
Look
but
at that outfit.
he was around a lot in Krakoan era.
Okay.
And he was like an old bad guy that they brought on
Oh.
and was doing good stuff. He's doing bad stuff again. This is page 1.
Okay.
No spoilers. He is in a relationship with Psylocke.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, he was a big part of Psylocke's last series.
Gotcha.
But anyway, this gives you a really awesome recap of what the Alaskan X-Men have been up to, what their relationship is like with the locals in Alaska, which is a big focus of this, as it usually is with X-Men. Like, how do the public view them? Yeah, that's honestly that's all there kind of is to it. They're off on a mission, a rescue mission, to rescue somebody that I won't say because that is a bit of a spoiler.
Oh, there's Glob. I'm
Yeah.
always happy to see Glob.
Dude, I love Glob. Glob is great.
Yeah.
We get some great Glob moments. He's just at a farmer's market, and I really love that for him.
Yeah. There's something about Glob. I just find him
Yeah.
very charming and sweet.
Fresh AF for me.
Nice. Awesome. Okay, so this is Danger Room Part 1. Jumping on point. Fresh AF says Jeremy.
Says Jeremy.
Wonderful. What's next? It's Amazing Spider-Man, number 23, legacy numbering 987. And this is Death Spiral Part 2, which is a 9-part series going through. It started with Death Spiral, number 1, last week, and then Amazing Spider-Man and Venom. It's going to be going through those 2 books. Strangely, I guess not Carnage? Eddie Brock Carnage?
Well,
That's
Eddie
weird.
Brock Carnage was a miniseries that was already over.
Oh, it's over.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize. So this is basically a crossover event, very loosely using that word crossover. It's just going through ASM and Venom, but This is delightful.
It was very good.
And I'll tell you, Ed McGuinness, a lot of my enjoyment for a book can be hindering on whether or not Ed McGuinness is drawing it. I love the way he draws Spider-Man and his cast.
The art was great.
Yeah, this is by Joe Kelly, Ed McGuinness, Mark Farmer, and Cliff Rathburn with Marcio Menez on colors. This is great. I love it. So for anyone who doesn't know, Peter got punched into space, and so he was out in space for a while. Green Goblin, Norman Osborn, took over his Spider-Man persona and was patrolling the streets and helping people. And then Ben Reilly, his clone from the Clone Saga of the 70s and 90s, was taking over and helping him at work as Peter Parker, like being a real shitheel about
And he was severely neglecting his like social life, his family and friends
like
and
family
stuff.
and stuff. Yeah, Aunt May didn't hear from Peter for months, so that has created some tension between Peter and his supporting cast.
Now that he's gotten back from space, and this. So Death Spiral especially was dealing with a lot of the consequences of Death Spiral #1, the consequences of Peter coming back home. This Amazing Spider-Man 23, we see some more of that, and then it quickly leads into, getting back to the whole Death Spiral thing and figuring out what is happening and why.
With a villain named Torment.
Yes.
That we met. I don't know if we met him for the first time. It's the first time I met him. Last issue, and he seems to be killing off anybody who is even remotely connected to the names Parker or Barack or Watson.
Yes.
Right? For MJ.
And it's various different spellings of these names. We see all this in Death Spiral #1 from last week. He's just going around, doing serial killer stuff. I have a hunch for who Torment is.
Oh.
I get a feeling that I need to revisit the Carnage series because I think the Carnage series might heavily influence who Torment is.
Gotcha.
But otherwise, this is basically three-way troublemaking between Carnage, Venom, and Spider-Man, and we get a glimpse of each of their stories and experiences of all the havoc and chaos that's happening now and how they're each dealing with it.
Yeah,
it's very
this
good.
is great. I really like this. This is awesome. For people out there who are just hating on Amazing Spider-Man, I think if you jump in with Death Spiral #1 and then read this series so far, I think it's really fun.
No, it's been awesome.
You have a good time. I'm going to do one that you didn't read. It's called Narco.
Wait, Very Fresh or Fresh AF or what?
Oh, pretty dang fresh.
I'd say Very Fresh.
Yeah. Narco by Wagner and Hillyard and Stewart. So Stewart, Doug Wagner, Daniel Hillyard, Dave Stewart on colors, and Ed Dukeshire on letterers, and Kevin Gardner as the editor. So there is this team of Wagner and Hillyard, and they do serial killer comics. Very over the top, a little silly, but taking itself a little seriously. They've got plastic, plush, vinyl. I was a teenage, what was it? I was a the fashion school serial killer or something like that.
I think that might have just been it. I was a fashion school serial killer.
Serial killer, yeah. And then Narco, which is not what I thought. I thought Narco, as in someone who rats out people, he's a sleepy boy. He's got narcolepsy.
I was thinking Narcos and drugs.
This is a murder mystery featuring just a random kid who likes to troll people online with serial killer QAnon type stuff.
Nice.
And he's got a crush on a girl at the diner, and they're getting ready to go on a date. But then also, anytime he's got a watch, he's got a thing on him that lets him know when his pulse gets too high. He'll just take a nap. He'll just fall asleep.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's a murder mystery where you can't really get too excitable because you'll go to sleep and maybe be murdered in your sleep. So that's what this is.
Is it presented from his point of view in the sense that when he's asleep, you also don't know what happens?
Yes.
Or nice.
Yep. He just lays down and everything's sort of and then black and then him waking up.
Nice.
Yeah, this is fun. If you like a good serial killer book with some fun interpersonal relationship stuff and friendship stuff, this is off to a great start. Highly recommend.
Hell yeah.
Narco. This is fresh AF.
Love that.
This is a good week, man.
It is a good week.
I feel like I wish I hated. Oh, you know what?
I wish I hated something.
DCKO was not great. It was fine.
Next we got Moonstar #1. Danny Moonstar is a very cool character. I don't have most of my experience with her is from the last Magic miniseries, which was obviously focused on magic, but then about halfway through, Moonstar jumps in and is very important to the story. This picks up almost directly from what she was doing in that miniseries. She was part of a society called the Society of the Eternal Dawn. There was some corruption and suspicious stuff there that she ended up involved with that was like, oh, hey, I actually have to take down this society, make sure that they don't do any more damage. That obviously, those things come back to revisit her. And this is surprisingly tied into a lot of Asgardian events as well.
Interesting.
That I'm not familiar with. So apparently Asgard is gone and people don't remember it existed.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I didn't know either. So I believe it happened.
Oh, was this why he's Mortal Thor now?
I'm realizing that that's why Immortal Thor turned into Mortal Thor, because something probably happened to Asgard.
Yeah.
It no longer exists. It seems like most people in the world don't remember it ever existing.
Interesting.
Moonstar, however, does.
Okay.
She's also referencing...
I feel like she has history with Asgard.
She has mentions in this book a couple times that she was a Valkyrie, which was also something that I did not know.
That's what it was.
So yeah, you'll learn some stuff about Moonstar here if you didn't know, because I didn't. Charming enough character. I mean, this is the only book I've read that is actually from her perspective.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever read a Moonstar book.
So it's very tied into current Asgard happenings, or honestly lack thereof Asgard. It was a good time. I'd say pretty dang fresh. It sort of starts like a lot of hero books start, where they're like, I'm tired, I'm taking a break, and then someone comes along, they're like, we need your help, and they're like, fine. But other than that cliche, I thought it was very fresh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Danny Moonstar, I think is her name.
Correct.
I really only know her from the New Mutants from the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which I never really read. So
she's also just like appearance-wise a cool as hell character. Like if you look at that spread, very fun. So nice. Yeah, very fresh. If you're on the X-Men train, I'd say check it out. If you're on the X-Men train and you happen to notice it, just as an FYI, if you see Iceman Omega on the shelf, after reading it, I came to learn that it is a reprint of Infinity Comics. I'm not saying, just so you know what you're getting into.
Yeah. If you've already read the Infinity Comics on the Marvel app,
yes,
this is a reprint of those.
And it takes place...
Iceman, not Moonstar.
Correct. Yeah. And it takes place during the Krakoan era, just so you also have some context for what's happening, because I was a little confused at first.
Nice.
So yeah, that's also on the shelf if you're interested.
Anything you're looking forward to? Are we done? Did we do it?
I haven't read Absolute Superman yet. I'm always excited when there's a new Absolute book, which thankfully is like every week, because there's so many Absolute books now.
There's two, right? Isn't there Absolute Superman and Absolute Wonder Woman?
Is there?
No, Wonder Woman was last week.
Yeah.
Absolute... Who am I? Oh, Flash. Absolute Flash is this week as well. I ordered in one copy of Marvel Team Up number 14, which is a facsimile edition of an older issue written by Robert Kirkman, wherein Spider-Man and his character Invincible team up.
Hell yeah. I love that.
There's a crossover event. And this one is drawn by Todd McFarlane, who goes down in history as one of my all-time favorite. Like, he made me want to draw when I was little.
Oh, nice.
He's the guy. In fact, I don't know if you guys remember, there's this cover for an old Batman issue that Todd McFarlane drew with an absolutely ridiculous cape that never exists in reality. And so I thought it would be fun to do my own version of it. And I did a Scream print / t-shirt based on that Batman cover.
Oh, that's awesome.
I just thought it'd be fun.
Because my comic history does not go back very far. This is actually my first experience. Like, this is the original for me.
Oh,
and
nice.
then Todd McFarlane's, I was like, oh, nice reference to JD's
80s.
art.
Yeah, it was nice of him to trace my work in the late 80s. So yeah.
Do you have that design on Etsy?
I don't know, but you can drop a comment below and I'll send you one.
He has an Etsy page. You should check it out.
I do. johnnydestructo.com.
There you go.
I think I actually took all of the shirts off of my Etsy because my t-shirt printer was broken.
That makes sense.
So now I need to go up and like re-upload the ones that I can actually make. Anyway.
Sorry.
Great. Email us at cultpopgo@gmail.com. Let us know what you thought of this week's offerings on your comic book shelves.
Please.
Tonight, Wednesday, if this goes up on Wednesday, tonight we're talking about Scream 7 on the live stream, YouTube, 8 o'clock. Join us there. Get in the comments. Let us know what you thought of the big reveal in Scream 7 of the killer/killers. Who knows? I don't know.
And yeah, unlike this show, that show does talk about spoilers eventually.
That's true.
You don't
we
open
get
with
to a
spoilers
spoiler,
typically.
yeah.
And then you get to a
We
spoiler
let them
segment.
know. We're like, hey, we're
Yeah.
getting into the spoiler section. Yeah. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, and we'll talk at you later. Why you don't shoot? Stop it. Stop shooting the...
Oh.
I'm sorry, guys.